What's up, and welcome back to the Scuffed Ass Podcast for episode number 312. I wonder.
Breaking news, scenes are important.
Yeah, I totally didn't do the intro on the wrong scene. Oh, and I totally didn't tell you this. You might want to camera tilt down a little. Just a little. That's probably good.
Better? Okay.
That's probably good.
I wasn't sure.
But
good enough.
Wonder, how has your week been?
Expensive.
Oh God, what happened?
Very expensive. Well, life is expensive.
That does happen often.
Feels like I didn't even have a weekend, so tired. But
what did you do with your weekend?
So Saturday, we had plans to go to town to shop, which we did. We went to Walmart and spent like over $800 there just for groceries. That's lovely, you know. And then we went to Home Depot to buy stuff for the bathroom and spent like another $1,500 there. So, or not $1,500, but like, I'm trying to think here, because we bought wainscoting, and my mother was nice enough to buy trim for us.
Nice.
And so it wasn't as expensive as I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be like $1,500, but it ended up only being like $500.
Hey, nice. That's nice.
Yeah. So what I was trying to get to was it was $1,500 total, at least, to go to town.
Yeah.
So I just got paid, and then I paid my mortgage, which is another almost $1,600. And then I paid my utility bill, which was $244, not including gas. The gas was $92, so another $340 in utilities.
Yeah.
What in the hell is going on?
What?
Oh, my mom and sister must be here because I just hear a whole bunch of commotion. The dog's here too.
Nice. Puppy.
Yeah. But yeah, it's been an expensive couple of days. Pretty much out of money now. Just got paid more out of money.
Understand.
Yep.
Trying to think. This weekend we went and saw Iron Lung, Markiplier's new movie. Which, like, I shouldn't say new movie. Markiplier's first movie based on the video game Iron Lung. Which, I mean, we all know Markiplier. I think everybody knows Markiplier.
Yeah.
I think we all know he's a YouTuber with like over 30 million subscribers. We all saw what happened with when he announced the movie was going to theaters and announced it was going to 60, and then we saw it on opening weekend be in over 4,100 theaters. That's how many of his fans like called theaters and were like, hey, put this movie on. We'll come see it. Well, I still, even though it got in so many theaters and got in major brands, I still think many people weren't expecting it to be as big as it was. We don't have the official number because for some reason a bunch of box office charts removed Iron Lung completely, which is untrue. It opened Friday, its opening day, the same with Sam Raimi's new movie, Send Help, major director Sam Raimi. And Send Help is apparently a movie made at least by one of the companies that Disney owns. So it's a Disney movie. So it's got huge backing. Well, by the end of day Friday, Iron Lung had outsold Send Help. By the end of day Saturday, Iron Lung had outsold Send Help. As of yesterday at like 5 p.m., Iron Lung still had a lead to be the #1 movie in America over the weekend. And if it would have knocked off the Sam Raimi movie, which we don't know if it officially did or not, but if it would have knocked off the Sam Raimi movie, it would be the first time, like, if the Sam Raimi movie won, Disney would have had the #1 movie in America for 10 weeks straight.
Mm-hmm.
Some YouTuber movie might have knocked it out, which is hilarious. Yeah, it 7x'd its budget this weekend.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it was reported it had a $3 million budget. It made at least $21 million in its opening weekend, which is incredible.
Damn.
Like, I don't know what the last, like, Marvel movie that came out was, but let's go.
Guess you could call it a success, huh?
I think it did all right. I think even if it stops there and doesn't sell another ticket, I think he did all right.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Sorry, I am looking for things. That's not going to be it, dumbass. Sorry, I'm struggling. It happens to the worst of us. Happens to the worst of us. Is me. I'm the worst. Right. Yeah. I don't know. Just, yeah. For an opening weekend, though, of a movie like that, it's pretty great. But yeah, even this Forbes article, the headline is Markiplier's Iron Lung removed from box office charts, which is just crazy. I don't get why it disappeared. But yeah, Mark entirely self-financed the movie and self-published it into all those theaters after it was originally going to be published by a major studio. And then they were like, we're sending it just direct to streaming. It's not going to theaters. And he's like, no, I made this to go to theaters. It's going to theaters.
Right.
And that's why it took so long for it to come out. Yeah. I don't know if I believe the current charts I'm seeing because, like, it was officially reported that Iron Lung made over 21 million and the current chart only shows 17.8. So,
right.
We don't officially know whether it was #1 for the entire weekend. I am hoping.
Well, it kind of sounds like it has a pretty good shot.
Yeah. And even if not, finishing second, just right behind a Sam Raimi big budget like movie like that, you'll take that. It's still a win for independent filmmaking and a win for our chances of ever seeing non-blockbuster slop eventually. We need more films like Iron Lung. It's not perfect. It's a good movie. It is not perfect, and that's okay.
Right. There's not a movie out there that's perfect, in my opinion.
No. And, like, it is very good. There's some moments where it drags. And, like, even in the game it follows one character, and there are, like, no other characters around most of the time, which is how the movie goes. That kind of sucks. Mm-hmm. You kind of want some more interaction with more people. But other than that, it's very good. There's a few... Mm-hmm. Go check out my other podcast, Dueling Fates, if you want to hear the full thing, because that'll be out literally tomorrow. Yep. I'm not going to keep ranting about it right now. But yeah, very good. Very good. Exciting.
Yeah. So, anyway, it also feels like I had a short weekend because of yesterday I had a volleyball tournament. The closer volleyball league to me. We started at 8:30 and didn't get done until 7. And we did go into undefeated. Won championship.
Awesome.
Beat all the good younger teams that have 7-foot people on their side. So
that's crazy. How do you get? Who's 7 feet tall in the world?
Cody's brother.
I was like,
not the older one.
I was gonna say that my head always goes to Donnie, and I was like, nah.
Yeah, no, Donnie's built like me.
Yeah, I was like, he's shorter than I am.
Yeah. Nope. The other lumbering tree in the family.
Right.
And so yeah, I was basically like, well, when we play this team, basically just keep it away from the lumbering tree, and we'll be fine.
The lumbering tree is crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not wrong, but that's crazy.
Yeah. So, I mean, it must be nice to be able to just stand there flat-footed, and his hand is like the net's like right here. For context, the net is here for me. So, yeah, it's not fair in my opinion.
Fair.
But I don't know. We somehow pulled it out and won. So, happy with that. Other than the fact that I'm really sore. I also tweaked my ankle because get that Wayne's coating we bought for the bathroom.
Uh-huh.
I had to get the last couple sheets out of the back of the truck, and I had a hold of them, and I stepped off the truck, and something in my ankle popped, and so it's been sore for the last couple days.
Fun.
You gotta love that. Getting elderly, you know. And then
No.
it's been a Monday today. I left Friday. Friday was dumb. So we were supposed to go to a farm show in Greeley.
Uh-huh.
And we left. I drove us all the way down there for a work thing. And we get to where the farm show is supposed to be. And I'm like, why is the parking lot so empty?
Oh no. Was it on Saturday?
And no, it ended the 28th, and we went down there on the 29th.
So yeah. Or no. That's
So,
a day off or whatever.
yeah, so it ended Thursday, and we left to go to it on a Friday. So
Gotcha.
so we drove, 2.5 hours all the way down there just to just to go. It's
Oh,
not
fuck.
even. So we ended up going to a train museum, which you could see the whole place in like 10 minutes.
Could have
You'd
drove
probably see
another
that.
hour and came and looked at my apartment.
Well, I mean, we're in a work vehicle, a
Oh,
company vehicle
duh.
that's tracked.
Yeah, duh.
So
My brain is not braining today.
yeah, I get it. But yeah, it was me and four other guys that I was driving from work. It was actually a company function that we usually do every year.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so we basically drove all the way down there, and we um, went to a train museum and spent like 45 minutes there, and then we went to Hooters and then went home.
Insane thing to do.
Yep. Well, see, the reason why we go to Hooters is because it is literally the cheapest place to eat.
Sure, likely
In
excuse. Likely excuse.
Look it up. For 6 people, it was $115. And it's also convenient because it's right off the interstate, so we can, when we're done, we can just make 2 turns, go through 2 roundabouts, and we're back on the interstate and head home.
Fair.
So, I mean, I would rather, because I mean the food's okay there, you know. I'd rather eat somewhere else, but I don't want to drive to go somewhere else. You know what I mean? So
For sure.
the it was either Hooters or the other option was Popeyes, and um, I've had Popeyes like once, and I was not real impressed with it. So
Interesting. I love Popeyes.
I don't know why, because it was, where the fuck was I that I ate Popeyes?
I don't know. It's better than KFC. Plus, their red
Well,
beans and rice is so good, especially for fast food. It's
I
primo
think all I
stuff.
had was I think all I had was their chicken, and which is what they're kind of like partially known for, Popeye's chicken, and it was like I literally pulled a piece out of the bucket, and it was literally just dripping grease. So
Fun.
I don't know. I mean, it was edible. Don't get me wrong, but it was like, well, it wasn't what I was hoping for, and it could have just been an off day or something.
Yeah.
or that particular Popeyes. I don't know.
Right.
It's like
I
anywhere
have
else.
had
You got
bad
good ones
Popeyes
and bad
before.
ones. Yeah.
Yep.
So, but I really wasn't feeling Popeyes that day, so it
Fair.
is what it is. Especially since it was like out of our way. We had to go all the way across town, the opposite direction to get to it. So I was like, nah, we're we're going to Hooters.
Awesome.
And
There
and
you
then
guys.
our waitress was trying to sell us a calendar for $18 because she was in it. I guess she's a model or whatever, and she did some modeling and got put in this calendar or whatever. She's like, if you want to buy a calendar, they're only $18. I'm like, $18 for a calendar?
Yeah.
No, thank you. I'll take the free ones I get from CarQuest. Thank you very much.
That's insane.
Or AutoZone.
I'll take the one that's on my phone that updates itself.
Right? Sometimes I just like to write shit down, like actually write stuff down.
I mean, I guess.
Because if I do it in my phone calendar, I'll write it down and then forget about it and never look at the calendar on my phone and then go, fuck. So I always have one right by the door. So I look at the calendar when I'm leaving the house and I go, oh shit, I got to do that today.
Fair. Yeah. What else happened?
I got to check my mailbox today.
Oh, I do. I also have to go get some mail. Oh yeah, and then yesterday did almost nothing. So my girlfriend's Etsy store, she custom designed boxes for all of the little things she sells. So we spent like 6 hours cutting boxes. I still have hundreds of them over there to cut. So many boxes.
Yeah.
And that's not even counting the ones she still has at her house. This is just what she left here.
Right.
Because I was like, I don't know, I get bored. I'll cut some at some point. Which was kind of going to be my plan for during stream tonight, but plans have changed.
Right. Which fair.
Yeah. Happens.
Uh-huh.
Life.
Yep.
Well, life is. But, yeah.
So,
I don't, other than that, nothing really happened in the last week, so I don't have much to talk about. It's tough.
Well, I mean, if you want to, I was going to ask you a sports question.
I mean, I guess, but I am letting you bring it up since Jedi keeps being a hoe and trying to blame me for all the sports talk we get into on this show. When I think it's normally you lately, but
it has been me lately, just because I have questions about sports and he's got better insight. So
yeah.
So the first thing I was going to ask, so I'm not selfish, is I was going to ask about your team, the Vikings. What do you think about your GM getting fired?
I mean, I think it makes sense. I don't love it, but I think I understand the point of view. I especially understand if the current report is true, that I do believe. It's technically not even Sam Darnold related, though I do think that played a factor in ownership wanting to move on. You made a decision at quarterback that involved getting rid of the guy who just led his team to the Super Bowl. That's going to hurt your view from the owners. But I think brain explosion. I also know that I think the thing that actually led to this was apparently last offseason when it was decided to let Darnold go, which Kevin O'Connell was okay with, at least letting him go test free agency. The Vikings did offer him a contract. It was just different. I think, first of all of this stems from letting Kirk Cousins walk because KOC always wanted another quarterback in the building with whatever guy he was going to draft. Last offseason, KOC wanted to keep Darnold or to keep Daniel Jones or to bring in Ryan Tannehill or a real veteran quarterback who could start because the reports are saying KOC, as much as he does believe in JJ, because that was his pick, it might have been his second choice to Drake May, but that still was KOC's pick. He did not want to start McCarthy last year. He did not think he was ready, which is fair. It's a 22-year-old kid who missed his entire rookie season and didn't get to even practice. It's not like the Mahomes year where Mahomes sat on the bench behind Alex Smith and got to practice and learn. JJ got to sit in rehab. Like that is not the same thing.
Right.
So KOC wanted him to have at least a year or at minimum some real competition to try to beat out for the job. And that is kind of, I think, why I think a lot of things that happened this season were out of spite. Why Carson Wentz kept playing as long as he did, despite being banged up. And then the specific JJ clears concussion protocol, but is out for this week. And we are going to start Brosmer, and Kwesi hyping him up and KOC being like, and then it going horribly.
Right.
Because that, I think, when it comes to being a GM in the NFL, you see the opposite for the Bills, where their GM is bad, but he hit on the quarterback, so his job is protected. Kwesi didn't do that awful. But so far, it looks like he's missed on the quarterback 3 times. You don't get to keep your job when that happens.
Right.
You just don't. So I don't love it. I'm intrigued at what they're going to do. It kind of seems like they are. Rob Brzezinski, who has been the executive vice president of the Vikings forever, is taking over as interim GM. I think he's just handling the money side of things. I kind of think they've gone full like Belichick or 2008 Vikings Brad Childress, where they're just giving KOC the keys to the kingdom. And I don't think they hire a different GM yet, because I think they're giving KOC this is your team, make your moves. If we don't at minimum win a playoff game this year, you're gone too. That is what it feels like.
Yeah.
And this is KOC's shot to prove whether he is everything I think he is, or if he's what many other Vikings fans think. And I hope I'm right. And this goes well, but who knows?
Get a quarterback. I think it goes well.
If you think it's JJ, then keep JJ. But you have to bring in a Kirk Cousins level backup that can compete with him for the starting job and then be serviceable if you need to replace JJ for injury or something else. Because I still think the highest odds are JJ McCarthy is your starting quarterback next year. The lowest odds, but the one I want the most, is Joe Burrow.
Would be cool. Would be cherry.
Yeah. But I don't want to take a risk on like Mac Jones or Malik Willis. I don't like that. If you're going mid-level QB, it's Kyler Murray. And I still don't love that.
Right. Yeah.
Which is sad because I love Kyler.
Right. So yeah, seeing that you guys let your GM go, I kind of wished that the Bills would have let their GM go and then we picked up your GM. I'd have been happy with that.
I mean, that's fair because you already have the quarterback, and Kwesi is good with the money and good with making free agent moves. And his drafts, while they haven't been great, have been good enough.
Better than what we are getting now.
Right. Like, you'd love Jordan Addison instead of Keon Coleman. Fuck. You would love Donovan Jackson instead of Osiris Torrance. Like, in some of the spots where they have made similar picks in recent years, Kwesi has done better. And, I mean, you'd love to have Will Reichard have the best kicker in football.
Yeah. Right.
Who wouldn't?
Right. And then what do you think of the Bills' hire for head coach? And
I think.
Do you think it was kind of a?
I think it was pointless.
Comfort. You think it was a comfort hire?
I think it was a waste of time. I think if you were going to do that, you keep McDermott. Because part of the problem, the defense was not great. What pieces are there? Like, genuinely, on the Bills, outside of Ed Oliver, who starts in Minnesota? Like, actually? Like, that. Maybe one of your corners, maybe, and that's just because Minnesota doesn't have a lot. But, like.
Right. Cole Bishop, probably. Maybe.
It depends. Like, maybe now, if Harrison Smith is actually retired, then sure. But if not, then no. Like,
because Cole Bishop has actually turned out to be pretty good.
That's fair.
If Hoyt didn't get hurt, maybe Hoyt.
Ooh, that's fair. But, like, it's one of those things where there's not a lot of talent on that defense. And part of the issue was the offense kind of stagnated. I get they don't have the best receiving options. We saw Andy Reid still scheme that for Mahomes where they could win games. You've seen whatever, Monken or even Greg Roman scheme it for Lamar so that they could still win games. And nothing changed in Buffalo. It's like you still thought you had Stephon Diggs, but you didn't.
Right. Yeah, and it's crazy. It's crazy to think because there's a lot of people that want to blame Josh Allen, which, true, he did have his mistakes. Yeah. But technically, stats-wise and quarterback play-wise, he did better this year than he did last year.
That's fair. The only thing you can blame him for is the playoff game. And that's just because if you give the ball to the wrong team 5 times, that's on you. Like, if it was James Cook who fumbled 5 times, guess who I'm putting the blame on? You know what I mean? Like, if it was a wide receiver who dropped 4 touchdowns, guess who I'm putting the blame on? Like, sometimes it is as simple as, hey, if this guy doesn't do this thing, you win the game, and that's it.
Right. And part of that boils down to, you know, like a couple of the fumbles that happened were him trying to extend the play and make something happen.
Yeah.
And that's when he does dumb things and fumbles. Why does he have to do that? Because he doesn't have anything to go to. He has to try and play hero ball. And that's just what it boils down to in my mind.
Yeah.
If you give Josh Allen somebody to go to, he doesn't have to play hero ball nearly as much.
Yeah.
And he makes less mistakes. Like last year, his sack rate was... So he got sacked more this year than the last 2 years combined. And you have stats out there that says, oh, you know, your lineman had this guy didn't block whoever or whatever. But there's still stats out there that can attribute to, oh, this is the quarterback's fault because he made a stupid decision to try and tuck it and run and got tackled in the backfield, or held onto the ball for too long, or was trying to make something happen downfield or something like that. And that to me attributes to, okay, people aren't getting open. People aren't giving Josh Allen something to throw to, so he's holding onto the ball longer. His average time to throw was like way higher this year than the last two years. Yeah. And I think that's because he was trying to make something happen, trying to make a play, trying to make a pass, and there's just nobody to throw to. And it was blatantly obvious that just how defenses played us. It was like, okay, go ahead and throw the ball. We're just going to completely commit to James Cook because you don't have receivers.
Yeah.
And that's kind of pathetic. It's rough. And I just can't believe that we didn't make a free agent. Like, we didn't make a move to trade or anything. Didn't even try. Or I guess we tried, but...
Not really.
To me, that falls under GM more than anything else. Everybody's upset that Josh Allen didn't have weapons to go to. Well, that falls under GM to make shit like that happen.
Yeah.
Not the head coach. Now the head coach has a lot of input, yes, but I don't know. I just felt like say we went out and got Waddle or something like that.
Yeah.
Does the playoffs go completely differently?
Probably.
You know?
Imagine if you went out and got Jordan Addison. Or
Addison even. Yeah.
Yeah. Like
anybody.
Because at least with Jordan Addison, even if, because you're playing Denver, even if Pat Surtain just says, all right, I'm taking Addison completely away. Well, suddenly it's not Surtain covering anyone else. So
like
you can...
Cooks.
Right. And then suddenly those guys get to make the plays. That is the point of having a number one. That is why Jordan Addison gets to get as many targets as he does. Why? Because the defense is focused on Justin Jefferson.
Right.
That's a lot of the thing for Jalen Waddle. Why is he getting so open all the time? Oh, it's because they're focused on Tyreek Hill.
Mm-hmm.
Why is T. Higgins getting so much play? Oh, it's because they're focused on Jamar Chase.
Right.
A good number two who could be a number one will look incredible, and you can constantly make people look better by just having that real threat, and the Bills just don't, except for James Cook.
Right.
But that's not the same thing.
So what did you think about Joe Brady's picks for like defensive coordinator and offensive coordinator?
I don't know if I saw who he got for defensive coordinator.
He took defense. He took Denver's pass defense coach.
Interesting.
So, like, a lot of people are kind of scared because he's like not super experienced, you know, quote unquote. But I don't know. I think it's good because I think the way he schemes is completely different than what the Bills do. And so it's going to open up a lot more avenues for us to have more defensive schemes, you know, maybe a better run game, like run stop game, rather than just no run stop game and hoping to God that the other team decides to pass, you know?
My biggest concern a lot of the time, when you're looking at a team, when you're looking at a team like the Broncos, where you know that their defense is so good because of their defensive coordinator, it's teams like that where I begin to wonder, like, will their defensive backs coach actually be able to translate anything? Because it wasn't his defense. It wasn't his schemes. It was all Vance Joseph. That's not a shot. That is just Vance Joseph is one of the 5 or 10 best defensive play callers in the world.
Right.
That's why the Broncos defense is so good. So, like, will Leonard actually transfer that over? I don't know. It is fun. Right. He did play safety for the Bills back in the day, which is fun.
I know. That's what's kind of cool. But it's kind of cool because he's kind of built like me. He's, you know, not very tall, not your normal NFL player, not very big wingspan, but actually he actually got some good start times just because he was super smart about how he played football. But I also think it's exciting because he did sit behind somebody that is brilliant when it comes to defensive scheming, and I think that gives us a lot of hope around that. And then as far as the offensive coordinator, like, it's just going to be, I get it, Joe Brady's probably just going to be the person calling the plays, you know. But I am happy that he brought someone who is like older and more experienced in the realm of calling offensive plays, because, you know, Joe Brady's actually kind of relatively young.
That's fair.
So I'm glad he brought a veteran in that's been doing it for a long time to be like, hey, what do you think about this? And then they go, oh, no, I would try this, you know, to help make kind of more of the wiser decisions when it comes down to close games, you know, because that's where I worry about Joe Brady is, you know, okay, it's the AFC Championship, game's on the line, there's 50 seconds left, and we got to go, you know, 60 yards down, you know, what plays are we going to call? And I worry about Joe Brady when it comes to that, because I don't want him, oh, it's 4th and 15, let's run a screen, you know. But I don't know. I feel like there's some optimism there, but also, like, if you were going to change things, why did you not change things?
Right. You didn't change anything. You just are running it back, but I'm not even sure it's a new coat of paint.
Right.
Like.
Right. I don't
know. I don't love the move. It could work out because Joe Brady's fine, but, like, you also had other options for, like, keeping an offensive mind in the building or getting one.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Clint Kubiak from Seattle probably would have been better. I still think if you were going to do something like this, Dable was still the better answer. I just do.
Yeah.
Apparently the thing was Joe Brady was apparently going to take Denver's offensive coordinator job, and that is why the Bills just did it so quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think a panic move like that is also a mistake. Because there's a world where this goes really poorly, and now you're looking for a head coach and GM next year, and you wasted prime Josh Allen again.
Yeah.
Because
Well,
Josh can cover up a lot of flaws, but only so many.
right. Well, all I can hope is that a younger offensive, a younger head coach, it's going to be completely different defense. So if we can get some pieces on defense, get some weapons on offense for Josh, and get that cushion, because I don't think Josh has ever really had that. Like, I get it. We've had some of the top defenses in the past, all the way up until you get to the playoffs, is my point. I want a defense that, like the Texans or like Denver, you get there and Josh only has to score 14 points to go to the Super Bowl or something, rather than him having to score 21 to 30 points.
Yeah.
So if we can get a defense like that, I think, if you're gonna be lackadaisical on offense, you better have a defense that's gonna stop everything. So
yeah,
I don't know. That's kind of how I felt about it. It's like we don't have a oh my god offense. Why is it we don't have a crazy defense? Because usually that's how an NFL team is. Like you got the offense is lacking here and there, but the defense is fucking crazy. You can win with that. Or you got like kind of like the Rams where your offense is just nuts and your defense is middle of the pack or slightly below,
yeah.
and you can win with that. You can absolutely go to a Super Bowl with that. So, and this year, the Bills won a playoff game against a really good team with two meh defense and, well, probably subpar defense and a mid offense. The only thing you really had going for you is you had James Cook and you have a really good O-line. So,
yeah.
I don't know. We'll see.
That's super
I
fair.
just really hope Josh Allen gets to at least go to a Super Bowl.
Maybe one day.
We'll see.
Maybe one day.
All I know is
that's why I want the Vikings to trade for Joe Burrow. Give me Burrow versus Allen in a Super Bowl. That's God. Vikings Bills. Cinema.
That would be fucking nuts.
Cinema.
Yeah, and there's
Cinema.
there's 50 points a team. There's over 100 points total scored in the Super Bowl. You imagine?
Well, I mean, it would depend. Right now, I don't know if it happened next year, let's say. I don't know if Brian Flores is letting anyone score 50 points. Maybe, but I don't know. Let's be honest, that would be one of those weird, 17-14 games for no fucking reason.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, if Allen gets some weapons, I mean, he scored 30 points against Denver's defense with a ass receivers. He didn't even have the two receivers he actually liked, which was Shavers and, for whatever reason, the other old guy. Both of them tore their ACL the game before. So he was stuck with Coleman and a guy that's only been there for 2 weeks.
Yeah. Yep. So that's fun.
But, yeah. We will see. Nothing's easy in the NFL.
No. Nothing's easy. Nothing's a guarantee. Nothing.
I think what'll really help us next year too is if we could just not have season-ending injuries.
Everywhere. That's fair. That's hello. That does help.
Yes. Yeah.
Happy podcast.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I don't know. It's dumb. Football annoys me.
Yeah, it's not great.
What also sucks is that we always make it to the playoffs, and don't go anywhere in the playoffs. You know, we win one game and then and then we lose and then we have shit drafts.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because after the first, yeah, sure, you might have a first round pick, but after the first 10 picks in the first round, you're just getting basically a bona fide second round pick, you know, a glorified second round pick, if you will. Because really, especially in the last few years, draft classes, there's not like, oh my God, there's 25 people out there that are absolutely elite, you know? So, I don't know. I'm okay with, unless you have early on first round picks, trade them away.
I don't know if I agree with that, but sure.
I agree with it. Go find somebody that's fairly young and you already know is proven.
See, I just don't. Because, hey, what pick was Justin Jefferson? Do you remember?
Was he second round?
No.
No, he was
22nd pick.
22nd.
Which is,
the first round.
Hey, I think where are the Bills picking this year?
Right.
Okay, but also the 21st pick was Jalen Reagor. So I understand your sentiment, but also it's the same thing with free agents. Sometimes you get a banger. Sometimes you end up with Amari Cooper and Brandon Cooks. Sometimes you end up with what Ryan Kelly turned into. It's not that simple.
Right. But I mean, like, if we were to trade away like a couple of late round firsts and go out and get Higgins, you know?
I mean, if you're trading a first, it would you'd have to give, well, you're not getting him.
Yeah.
You'd have to give up way too much to go get Jalen Waddle because divisions. Like, that is not you can give market value. You would have to go above that because why would we trade to a division rival?
Right.
The other guy you could give up a first for is like Jordan Addison. And it's one of those, do you want that headache? And then everything that comes with that.
Right.
Who else might be available? Like maybe AJ Brown, but I just don't know if you have the money for that. He's, making Justin Jefferson money.
Right. AJ Brown. I seen something about Thomas. There was something talks around that. Like we were interested in. Is it Brian Thomas Jr.?
That's from the Jags. Yeah.
Which he's a young player and athletic. I don't know if he's like the explosive player that we would want, but definitely be better than anything we have.
Sure.
And young. So that's what I look at is like they're good and they're young.
That's fair.
But it's just, I think there's good young players out there that you could, honestly go for.
Yeah.
And not feel bad about throwing away a first round pick.
That's fair. I get it.
Because obviously we have been terrible at picking in the draft. So let's go out there, find somebody that we already know can function, not get another Keon Coleman that has been a bust.
Yeah, that's fair, I guess.
So, but
interesting.
Maybe having a little bit of change in the process will help. I don't know.
I love that. I feel like I read a news report about Burrow. And it's just like the Vikings are willing to do basically anything to trade for Burrow. Obviously, Jefferson's not on that list. But, like, I don't see a number of picks or basically any other player on the roster being safe. Right. It is genuinely... I think if Burrow's available, I don't think anyone will outdo what the Vikings will to get him.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't actually believe Burrow's going to be available. I don't think that's real. Personally.
I can't see where the Bengals would, in their right mind, give him up.
Unless, like, Burrow asked for a trade, but we know that didn't happen. He has been very adamant that he's not doing that.
Right.
And I mean, things could change, but...
Right. I get it, because especially if you get comfortable somewhere, it's really hard to be like, you know what, I'm just gonna blow it up and go somewhere else.
Yep.
Um, it it takes a special kind of person to just go somewhere else in life. Especially when once you get established. Like Josh Allen, not only do I think he truly just loves being a Bill, but I think he honestly loves where he lives. And, especially
Yep.
since now he's starting a family, do you really want to move and go somewhere you're not comfortable and familiar with when you're,
Right.
Where you're at? So,
Right.
I get it.
Yep.
Steinfeld might not like 8 foot of snow every other day, but
right. But all right. I know you have to go pretty soon. So
I do, yeah.
Sorry for the shorter episode this week, but life do be happening.
Mm-hmm.
How long for volleyball left still? Or is that not what caused the problem today?
No, so we got a ways to go with the Monday league, but the Wednesday league is done.
Gotcha. Okay.
Usually this is only the midway point for the Wednesday league, but they started so late that now that they would start getting into other things that happened with the school. That would be competing for the gym, and it would just be a pain in the ass. So I think they're just not going to have a second half of the season. So I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
So it'll just be the Monday league for a little while, and usually it's the shorter.
Yeah.
I think usually March is usually when this one's over with.
Gotcha.
So.
But all right. I'm sorry for the short episode, but we'll be back next week. So thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.